Hey, I can tell you of times where we had bills and we had to make a decision. Are we going to tithe and give, or are we going to address these bills? We've gone without electricity, without water, without many things, multiple times. Food.
People brought us food, you know.
But we never relented on tithing and giving because we wasn't doing it right. Both of us with college degrees, supposed to be smart. We wasn't hitting on nothing financially. We couldn't make it work. So, okay, we're born again. There are certain rights and privileges that we have. In order to access that stuff, there are certain things that we are required to do. Okay, tithing and giving. Okay, well, you got a bill, you got some bills that's due, but you got your tithing and giving. God only asked you for 10% as a tithe. Now, you have to discuss that with him about the offering, but let's just talk about the tithe. He's asking for 10%. Those bills that you got, that 10% ain't gonna make a difference no way.
Sure ain't.
It's not gonna make a difference anyway. So why not? And that's what we determined. Why not? And yes, it wasn't easy, especially for me as a man. I would go work anywhere, anytime, any place. But to see my wife and my children have to go through that multiple times, but I just decided we're gonna do it this way. And we decided that. And my wife backed me, and we just kept on so that we are where we are today because of that.
See, when you tithe and give, you got to do it in faith, knowing that this is the solution to me getting out. Because like you said, all my education, nothing. Like, I remember we were going through certain things, and I was like, I know I'm better with money than this. To be in this, I don't get it. I'm good at math. I don't get why I can't make these numbers work. Like, I'm not lazy. I'm not working. Like, I don't get why it's not working. And then I realized you're in a lose-lose situation because, once again, the devil runs the natural economy. So, of course, he's not going to let you succeed any kind of way, especially when you're doing damage to his kingdom as a minister of the gospel.
Yes.
So I was like, so the only way out of this is to get God involved through tithing and giving. So when I tithe and give and I see that there's stuff going on that I need or that I want and I can't do more than what I want to do, I know tithing and giving was going to get me out of this. This is only going to be for a season. This was going to get me out of this because you said making a decision between the bills and tithing and giving. The bill that I paid today, I mess around that tithe and give, I may not have it next month. The devil may just pull that noose a little bit tighter, a little bit tighter, a little bit tighter, till I can't do it. So I might as well go ahead and let it get cut off this month. Because the way I see it, I want God who can save me to fix it, rather than, you mentioned electricity, the electricity company who ain't they won't come back for me for anything else in my finances. They're not going to help me for nothing else. They're not going to say, hey, he kept paying his electricity faithfully. So car payment and mortgage or rent or whatever like that, y'all back off of him because he's doing real good with electricity. We're going to go to bat for him and vouch for him. Nah, but God would do that for me.
Yes,
so I would rather give it to God who will do that for me.
Yes, he will.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. I mean, we definitely have proof.
Yeah, and see, no, go ahead.
This thought came to my mind, so I'm just going to say it. Don't try to use the excuse of good stewardship to not tithe. I don't know if that was why I'm saying that, but don't try to, or I guess you probably would still tithe, but you would probably just cut back on your giving. But don't use good stewardship as that excuse, because a lot of stuff you're probably behind on, God didn't tell you to get into.
That's right.
So you gotta look at sometimes if you're doing stuff extravagantly, you're being, your appetite's too much. So you're just eating up a bunch of stuff, you're doing a whole lot of stuff, so now it spreads you so thin. Really, it probably could be that you wouldn't be able to do exactly what you need to do if you didn't have a lot of this extra stuff going on that you got yourself into that God didn't give to you or tell you to do. Because if God gives it to you, He'll sustain it. If it's His, He'll take care of it. You won't get in debt. I'm going to use an example here with me and Michaela. When I bought her engagement ring, I didn't go into debt doing that. Technically, I did, because I went through like the whole leasing program. I was all right, I have a job. All right, we'll work it out, figure it out. And then the money unexpectedly came into my account. And I was like, oh dang, this is enough money to cover that price. So that's doing it God's way. So God is the one who brought this together. He's sustaining it. So when it was time for me to get a ring, He said, son, I'm backing your play on this because I'm supporting this. And also I'm a tither and a giver. So I'm just all the same. I'm just, go ahead.
Yeah. I saw an image. Not tithing when you're going through financial struggle is as dumb as running a relay race and what's the last leg?
The anchor.
The anchor. You're coming up on the anchor, and you're losing. You're in last place. But instead of passing the baton off, you keep running. Think about it. Everything you're doing is failing financially. You're already behind.
Yeah, that's good.
But you're going to keep doing the same. It was Einstein, I believe, that said to do the same thing over and over again, expect a different result, is the definition of insanity.
Yeah.
So you're going to keep doing the same thing that ain't been working anyway,
Yeah.
and not pass it off to God, who could blitz everybody else in that race and get you to win across the finish line.
Yes.
And it may take some time, and it may hurt. But you're already hurting, so what's the point? Like, I got to the point, we used to talk about it, we were in agreement, I was like, look, let them take it, come get it.
Yeah.
Come get everything I own, kick me out in the street, I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep doing it. Like, I'm like, I don't care, like, I'm gonna prove this work, and as a result, but as a result, we didn't lose nothing.
Got to
We
be
didn't
like
lose
that.
a thing.
Yes.
See,
You have to
Both
be
of
that
you
way.
touched on things that I was thinking about. When it comes to the tithe and the giving, a lot of times, if people are honest, the reason they don't want to tithe is because they feel like it's something that they're not going to be able to get or they're not going to be able to do. And I think Mom teaches this in the stewardship class, most people make enough money to live like they need to, but the problem is appetite.
Yeah, that's what the devil's saying.
Appetite, like you were saying.
Now it means
And you want a good test of how you feel about money and the things that you're willing to do when your appetite is out of whack? It's December, right? January, February, what everybody's doing. Filing taxes, right? What do you do with your income tax return when you get it? I know of people that have gone out and said, oh, I'm gonna go get me a new car. Okay, you might have got $10,000 back. You're not gonna buy a brand new car for $10,000. You could put some money down on it, but what are you doing? You're creating what? A monthly payment. Now, if you're not making any more money, and you already said the money that you make is tight, why would you go out and create a new debt that's going to put more pressure on you? But it's the
it's
appetite.
sanity, that's all.
Right. It's the
It's
appetite.
insanity.
So be honest with yourself. See, God tells us all of our needs are met. So we shouldn't have to be going to Him, God, my rent got to be paid or my car payment got to be paid. Now the question you got to ask yourself is, are you living in a place that maybe you need to change? Are you driving a vehicle that maybe you need to change? Because most of the time it's a status thing for people. It's a status thing. You know, I got to have this type of vehicle or this type of what my coworkers are going to take. You can't be worried about that. God will take care of you where you are. And as we grow, we can qualify for more. That's just like, and I've seen this myself, somebody living in a projects or in a low income housing area and they driving a brand new Cadillac. What sense does that make? That is so out of bounds. When you look, you're willing to sacrifice a decent place to live to drive this car. But if it breaks down, can you fix it? You know, it's because our tastes are out of whack.
And now, let me speak to the people who are truly broke. Because you may say, all right, well, that's great because I have no money and I'm not even living outside my appetite because I don't have enough money to even do that. So tithing doesn't apply to me. God knows how broke I am. That's a lie. Because you have the widow who Elijah went to and God commanded her to feed him with the last that she had.
Yep.
And you would think there's no way a good and gracious God would require someone that broke who's about to die to give up the last that they have to give to the man of God. But you got to understand, from God's point of view, when this is the truth, that's all it is, God's point of view. From God's point of view, He's about to unlock the blessing that's going to bring you out of that situation. And that's what it did for her and Elijah. She sowed that seed, and as a result, they ate for many days. And God came and got involved and took care of their provision for the rest of that famine. So even if you broke, tithing and giving still applies to you.